DJ with Donnie, and I've already started my first cup of coffee of the morning in my Hooters mug. Get out and support Hooters. They're going through some tough financial times. I'm here to tell you. Mm, they're having some. They're not doing so well. You're going to see a lot of Hooters close up. Got a feeling some of the ones here in Illinois are not doing too well. So support the girls, support the wings. They got some of the best chicken wings in the United States. I can tell you that. Um, support your local Hooters, guys. Support them. It's all you can do. All you can do. We can't let them go down. Can't let them go down without a fight. Let's talk about the fight. Saturday, tomorrow. My friend DJ Donnie is going to be back at Butler, PA. Yes. Remember where they had the little incident? Let me get my sound master here. Remember the incident? Donnie is going back to Butler to finish his rally. It's going to be crazy. They're going to do it the right way this time. I'm here to tell you that. They're going to do it the right way. So be watching for that. I don't know if the mainstream media is going to be broadcasting it, but I'm sure Fox New York will be broadcasting it. And I'm sure it'll be on the tube. There'll be somebody broadcasting it on the tube. You can find it. We will be watching it here. We will be watching it here, friends. So it's Friday, 7:30 a.m. here from Chicago, Chirac, Seatown. Jenny Chai, what's up? You're the one from Cambodia, aren't you? All the way Cambodia or Guam? Which one was it? Yeah, I'm talking to myself on YouTube. That's a common occurrence, but I got my international friends across the world that join me. Who am I? Who you voting for? Figure it out, my friend. Figure it out. Anyone look familiar? You may not recognize me, but you can recognize that guy. Yeah, Janny is from Cambodia. And it's late at night in Cambodia, I suspect, right? Like 11 o'clock or something. I think we discussed that. Or was that Guam yesterday? Cambodia is probably like 1 o'clock in the morning, huh? Well, thanks for joining, Janny. We love to see you join us. I was just talking about what's happening tomorrow in the United States, specifically Butler, PA. My buddy Donnie, 7:40. Okay, not too bad. We're just starting. We're just starting our morning here. We're 7:30 in the morning. My buddy Donnie's going to be finishing his Butler, PA rally, the one where they had the incident. Remember the incident? It was all over the news. I hope you heard about it in Cambodia. Well, he's gonna finish that rally, and he's gonna have a huge crowd there. They're already saying it's overflow. There's gonna be a lot of people there, a lot of security, and he's gonna do it right. So we got that to look forward to. You sure you'll be able to watch that on the tube? I'm sure there'll be some people streaming it to the tube for you. So make sure you check that out, guys. Yeah, he will. Arculus. Man, some of these names you guys come up with are just tough ones. Tough ones. Yeah, and outside of that, stuff in North Carolina is getting worse. FEMA is running out of money. It's been exactly a week now that they've had the flooding and destruction in um, western North Carolina, up in the mountains, and it's starting. They're starting to report some sad things, right? Um, they are no they are no longer passing out, or there's not a big demand for food and water. They have started passing out body bags in North Carolina. I'm afraid to report. They upped the estimate yesterday that there was probably in all the states, the 5 or 6 states that got hit pretty hard outside of Florida. There was 200 people that were dead. There's probably a hell of a lot more that they need to uncover, especially in the North Carolina area that's just been pummeled, pummeled beyond belief. There's a lot of people they can't get to. Roads have been washed out. Houses have been destroyed and washed downstream. Um, pretty sad. Pretty sad. A lot of people are going to be wiped out. They're going to be wiped out. Even if they're still alive, they're going to be wiped out. I saw a video yesterday where there was a camper going down a river like a bobber. It looked like a fishing bobber. It was just going up and down, and it just went down the river. There's houses that did that too. 100% houses. The whole house just moved off its foundation and floated down the river. Unbelievable stuff that we're seeing from the southern United States as they deal with the aftermath of a hurricane. It wasn't. I mean, it was just the rain from a hurricane that dumped oodles and oodles. It's like a typhoon. Yeah, Janny would know. She probably knows what a typhoon's all about. I guess you could compare it to a typhoon that they have out there in Asia on a regular basis. So Richard Jones says, "Do you have a COVID shot? How many of those jabs did you get?" Yeah, I got a couple. I am not taking it anymore. Not taking it anymore, my friends. I think I had two. I had two. I was bamboozled into getting two. Wish that I hadn't. You don't know what a typhoon is? My gosh, I thought in Cambodia had lots of typhoons. No? All right, maybe it's just like India. About a monsoon. Have you heard of a monsoon, Janny? Glad to hear that Reagan did not get any. Richard Jones, wish I did not too. Yeah, a lot of us have been lied to. We continue to be lied to by big government. And no, Mike Cunningham, I am from Chicago area. I'm up north, and we're 66 degrees this morning. Going to be a cloudy, rainy morning. We might see the sun later on in the day. Yeah, Richard, my father-in-law believes the government would not kill us. Maybe not. Somebody's got to pay taxes to the big machine. Um, One of the things in our channel we do here is try to get people to prepare. Okay? You need to prepare. Um, you can't, a lot of people they think, oh, the government's going to save me. If you look what's happening down south, your eyes will maybe be open that the government's not always going to be there for the people. At least the United States citizen people. That's part of the problem. You have to prepare physically, mentally, financially. That's food, water, security. A little bit of everything, my friend. You have to think it through. Cell phones are not working in the South anymore. They had a big issue with the cell towers are out. There's no communications. You need to think about getting yourself some long range walkie talkies. Get yourself a generator. Get yourself some backup cooking utensils. I mean, you should have if you should have a gas grill outdoors, some extra propane tanks. You should have 3, 6, 9 months worth of canned goods stored away. Get yourself some big plastic tubs. Put some dry goods in there, rice, beans, um, flaked potatoes, pancake batter. I mean, get yourself stocked up because the strike, right? The port strike. You weren't going to get yourself any bananas. I think somebody pulled the strings on that one. I think somebody high up told them to knock it off and get your butts back to work. First of all, you need a shitload of Moby. Yeah, you need some money. You need some money. Get paid every week. Here I am throwing it all over the place. Oh, I'm throwing my singles all over the place. It's funny money here. What you really need to be stocking up is precious metals too, my friend. We talk about that on this channel. The workers came to a tentative agreement. Yeah, I was just talking about that. They came to a tentative agreement because they were told to. I think the government told them to knock it off. Get back to work. You're screwing up our economy. But it's not resolved. They just pushed it off until January 13th or 15th. Something like that. There, picking up all my money. I was showing guys this last night. I was going through some of my stack. There's a beautiful piece of silver. Look at that. Scottsdale Mint. It's a 2-ounce stacker. It's like Legos. They stack on each other. This is a beautiful piece of silver. So this is the type of stuff you're going to need when it hits the fan, right? When it hits the fan, this is the type of stuff that you're going to need. This is no, I just buy on a monthly basis. I take some of my extra money and I buy myself a little bit of this so that I can squirrel it away for a rainy day. So when the stuff hits the fan, right? When the stuff hits the fan, I've got something to protect myself here. There you go. This when this goes to zero, you're going to need precious metals. You're going to need things to barter with. That's the point. If it's not gold and silver, you better be finding some things that you can barter. Whatever that is. Alcohol. Yeah, we pray to Jesus every day. We pray every day. Yeah, you need ammo too. You need some protection. I said you do need some protection. I'm suggesting here's a product that they make in Illinois. Pepper spray, military grade pepper spray. You can get this on Amazon. Vexor. Good Vexor. This will, you can spray this about 10, 15 feet. And there's videos on the tube about how this will, this will take a big man down. Used properly, this will take a person down. So check this out. This is like 12, 13 bucks a can. You can get them on Amazon. And check out the videos on Tube. Dan Russell says he was born in Chicago. Yes. Janny Chai says, I don't think I'll be alive in my 20s. How old are you, Janny? You should be in your 20s by now. Oh, Dan says Mount Greenwood. Yeah, they're having some problems down that way. That's down there by Beverly, right? Beverly's been there's been some bad things happening in Beverly. That's like an island. That is an island surrounded by a lot of bad places right now. So used to be a great part of the town. Used to be the South Side Irish, right? Still is, but they've got things happening in their neighborhood they don't want happening in their neighborhood, if you know what I mean, right? We're in Chicago, right? We got gangs and other things like that. Yeah. Baltimore. Thank you. Jesse or Jose, excuse me, Jose. We're from Chicago. And my name's DJ Wonder Chrissy, and this guy here, his name is Donnie. You know Donnie. Who is America's number one ally? You know what? I don't even know anymore. Used to be the Brits. Used to be Israel. Used to be Canada. I'm not so sure after the last 4 years who our allies are. I think we've screwed them over royally, and we're in the process. I mean, Joe Bergen hasn't even talked to Benjamin Netanyahu the last week. I don't think they see eye to eye. They do not see eye to eye. So that's a problem. And those Israelis are dropping some huge, oh God, they're dropping some huge damn like 1,000-pound bombs over there. Yeah, they've got some America ingenuity. They're dropping some big bombs. I don't know if you've seen on TV. Oh my God. It's like they've come from outer space. They've dropping some big gas bombs. Oh my God. Yeah. Yeah. Dan Russell says we send them some. They be using some of the Moabs. Yeah. They be using some of those. I saw one. I thought it was like one of those ones where it like sends out a gas and like vaporizes everything within 100 yards of where it drops. There was some massive fire going out when the thing exploded. So I feel for those people on the other end of that. Yeah. I subscribe and like. Have a great day. Yes, Jose, we enjoy your subscription. Thanks for joining us here today on a Friday. Hope you guys are going to have a great weekend. Trump 2014. Alarm. Yes, Trump 24. You got it right finally. There's those damn flies that keep buzzing around my house here. Yeah, we keep asking for the Hot 2 girl to join us. She's not comfortable with joining our show. So like, share, subscribe if you would, folks. This is the DJ Wonder Chrissy and Donnie morning show streaming from Chicago. Got the Hooters mug out today. Support your local Hooters. They're undergoing some financial crisis at Hooters. They didn't make their payment to the NASCAR team. I think it was another number 19 car. Chase Elliott was running for them. They missed their payment. They had to repaint the car. They pulled the cover of the car. It's no longer the Hooters car. I think it was number 19 or number 10. Can't remember, but they missed a $400,000 payment. Yeah, Richard Jones. Jordan is the GOAT, not LeBron. Yeah, Michael Jordan finally, at least it's under contract. It looked like after 15 years, he's sold his Highland Park mansion. He had like a 7 or 8 acre estate in Highland Park, Illinois, on the North Shore. No one wanted it. I think is on the process of selling it for probably about 14-15 million dollars. When it was first hit the market, it was going for 30 million. So it looks like he's finally sold his old time mansion in Highland Park, Illinois. Long time. I have heard of Beggar's Pizza. Yeah, South Suburbs. Uh, Playboy Cardi is bigger than you. Okay, that's okay. I'm all right with that. We're a small up and coming channel here on YouTube. Check out our content. We do shorts, do some Walmart shopping, take some videos of that, do some car shows, do some outdoor dining, local cuisine. Take it to a place, have a Chicago hot dog. DL says, is it Illinois going Trump? No. Illinois' elections are so corrupt. Because of Chicago, we will never go Trump. We will never go Trump, my friend. We are a blue state. We are like New York and California. Whatever the hell those states do, we're right behind them. All the stupid socialistic programs that they instill, we're the ones that do that right behind them. Yeah. I'm hoping to get out of this state at some point here, but it's not looking good. But don't come to Illinois. If you're looking for some place to move, it's not Illinois. Maybe Indiana. Indiana's a nice state. There's just not a lot there, though. Indiana is kind of like barren wasteland. Richard Jones says, you into Toyotas? Well, I saw it, MR2. Check out my car show video. I just released one this week. Saw a couple Toyotas, at least an MR2. Yeah, I'm not into the Kias either. Not into Kias. I own a Jeep and two BMWs. I like BMWs. Been a BMW owner for over 25-30 years. I enjoy German engineering, my friend, along with a good Oktoberfest beer. Yeah. Arkansas. Yeah, I've heard good things about Arkansas. You got Bill and Hillary down there, though, don't you? Are they still down there? Do you see Bill and Hillary come through every once in a while to pack their pocketbooks with some money, hit their little library or whatever the hell they got down there? We got the richest person in Illinois is actually the descendant of Sam Walton, Luke Walton. He is the richest person in Illinois. Prior to him, there was a guy. Oh, I forget the guy's name. The head of Citadel Capital, Ken Griffin. Ken Griffin used to be the richest person in Illinois, and he took his business to Florida. So Luke Walton is now the richest person in Illinois. Followed by a couple of steps down, we got our governor, J.B. Pritzker, the Chris Christie of the Midwest, Jelly Belly. He's a billionaire, and his sister or cousin, I think it's his cousin, Penny Pritzker. They're worth about $4 or $5 billion a piece. Richard Jones says, Jeep, all I heard was bad. Well, I got an older Jeep back when they made them with quality. Got a 2008 Grand Cherokee Limited. Okay, you got a Subaru. Yeah, they make the Subarus. They've been making Subarus down in southern Indiana for several years. I used to drive right by Vladimir Putin. Hey, Vlad, buddy. Hey, it is what it is, my friend. This is my channel. I can say whatever the hell I want. Oh. Dan Russell says I'm from Sugarland, Texas. I love that band Sugarland. Never been to Sugarland, Texas. Is that around Dallas or is that Houston area? Where is Sugarland? Sounds like a wonderful city. Sounds like a wonderful city. Um, Sounds like you guys had one hell of a hot summer down there, though. Hope the migrant. Yeah, you don't hear much about the migrants in Texas. You would think they would raise a ruckus in Texas. Why not? Have they totally stopped the flow of migrants? And how about all the ones that came across before that? Are they not causing any problems down there? My friend Richard Jones, or who was it? It was Dan Russell. Uh, Tacoma, yeah, Toyota makes a good pickup truck. Dion wants to know, is Chicago worth visiting? I don't know. It depends on what you want to do. It's can be dangerous depending on what. If you're going out at night, you don't want to be in downtown Chicago. I would suggest. I don't know. I would think there'd be somewhere better you could spend your money than Chicago, depending on what it is you want to do. Milwaukee's a nice town. Take in a baseball game, see a couple of breweries, have some brewskis along Lake Michigan. Um, Ford Ranger. Yeah, it must be an old one before they went to quality as job last. I am not. I do not recommend buying a Ford. I've got a couple of buddies that work for Ford, and some of the stories that they tell me will curdle your brain. Uh, Rockford. Rockford's a tough town. Rockford was Hell's Angels town at one point. Rockford is. There's parts of Rockford that are nice. They got the new Hard Rock Casino out there. Um, Dan Russell, Starve Rock. Yeah, I was born and raised close to Starve Rock, my friend. Thanks for bringing that up. Um, Rockford traditionally is the highest unemployment rate in the nation and has been for the last 20 years. Um, they used to have a Jeep plant out there. They closed it down about 2 years ago. They were going to open it back up. And they put that on ice again. So they got a huge factory out there that used to make some Jeep cars and made some Dodge cars many, many years ago. Used to make the Dodge Neon out there. But anyway, it's just sitting there empty. It's kind of sad. All related to Stellantis. I mean, if you guys haven't been watching the automotive sector, Stellantis is getting ready to go under. They got some major problems over at Stellantis, my friends. So be careful what kind of car you buy if you're looking to buy a car. Where was the International Harvester? I don't know. I don't know. Milwaukee many, many years ago had Allison Chalmers. They used to make Allison Chalmers tractors in West Allis, Wisconsin. They still have some of the old factories there that they've converted into apartments and stuff. But there was a huge, huge area of that town that was dedicated to making of tractors in like the 1930s. I saw a great video on the Tube. I actually saw a great video on the Tube. But International Harvester, I'm not sure. Not sure where they made those. And Moline is where they make the John Deeres, and there's a big uproar here in Illinois because they're going to be moving some of their manufacturing to Mexico. And our buddy Donnie there, he's threatening to put a 200% tariff on John Deere tractors. So more to be heard from Donnie on that if he wins the election, because they've closed the plant. They've jettisoned probably about 1,500 full-time jobs, and more to come. More to come. And it was the factory that they want to move is the one that makes they call skid steers, like those little bobcats. They wanted to move the bobcat production to Mexico. So yeah. So we got Dan Russell, Aaron Morey or Aaron Money. Hard to tell you with the small font. Quad City, Illinois was IH. Okay. That makes sense. It was close to John Deere. Yeah, you don't International Harvester merged with somebody. Maybe like 15, 20 years ago. I'm not sure who. So a lot of jobs are leaving Illinois. It's headquarters are leaving Chicago. We used to be the headquarters for Boeing. We used to have a big Tyson's office here. They moved back to Arkansas, I believe. Caterpillar used to be in Chicago. They moved to Texas, I do believe. They still have some manufacturing in Peoria area, but they moved out of Illinois. Citadel Capital, big hedge fund, moved to Miami. A lot of companies have picked up and left Chicago. There's the Loop. Have you heard of the Loop? The Chicago Loop, the big office area has a 30% vacancy. Office buildings are like 30% vacant. So, and if you do know anything about commercial real estate, once you hit 30% vacancy, you start having some major problems. The numbers don't make much sense when you got a 30% vacancy rate. So, and the other thing is a lot of these building owners are submitting requests to have their properties reevaluated or reassessed for taxes, which means, guess what? Taxes for the consumer or residential homeowner got to go up. Michigan Avenue, the big shopping district. Yeah, the Galesburg lost their Maytag, yes. And I think there was even something in Iowa. I don't know if Maytag had some Iowa facilities too, but those left. They just cleared out, went to Mexico probably, many years ago. Dan Russell says, isn't Detroit a lovely place? I think Detroit's better than it was. The downtown is starting to revitalize a little bit, and they're starting to put some money into it, starting to come back, but it's beyond bad. Yeah, it's probably, speaking of Rockford, Rockford is kind of like Detroit in some areas on a smaller scale. So be careful if you go to Rockford. Ellie Aubrey says, isn't Florida a lovely place? Yeah, when there's not a hurricane coming through. And Georgia too. Dan Russell, I have a very interesting question. Go ahead, Dan Russell. Love me some Alabama. Go Roll Tide. Roll Tide, my friend. Roll Tide. I'm sure they're going. I don't know who they're playing this week. A lot of Alabama fans out there. Where's Janny at? We dropped Janny from Cambodia. Trump 2024. You bet, my friends. You bet. What other hats I got going on here? I got my Make America Great. Let's put my losing hat on. I want to be a loser now. Let's put this hat on. There you go. You guys want to talk about Chicago? I ain't getting drafted. Well, you know what? They might start a draft if things in the Middle East go kaboom. Things in the Middle East go kaboom. They just might be starting a draft. And as I said last night, if they have a draft, they'll be drafting males and females alike. We got to do that diversity thing, right? Got to do that diversity thing. So if you're a female and you're a young age, you may be in the army. You may be in Gomer Pyle's army. There you go. Camels. We don't have any camels here except in the zoo. There you go. Dan Russell. Well, I've never seen anyone actually build a ghetto. So how do they get to become a ghetto like Detroit? You don't build them. You just destroy them into a ghetto. Detroit has been tearing down neighborhoods left and right. There's large swaths of Detroit that are just empty fields, empty lots that used to be houses. A lot of the fire departments have been consolidated down into like one or two, um, firehouses. Large areas of Detroit, they don't even have night lights, street lights. They've turned the street lights off to save money years ago. Cure says draft is 17 to 60. I don't think so, my friend. I think they'll probably stop at like in the 30s, mid 30s. And if you're married and have kids, you're not going. Joe Mack says Joe Mack is a patriot. He says he's 60 years old and would gladly volunteer if his country needed him. Thank you, my friend. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You are a true patriot. Drum roll for you, Joe Mack. Dan Russell says, do you know that Detroit was the first place we had to have police in the school? No, I did not know that. Okay. Yeah, it's they filed bankruptcy, 10, 15 years ago? I guess they're coming back. But they say it's I've had some friends that have done business in the city of Chicago and Detroit, and they say that they describe dealing with Detroit corruption is a hell of a lot worse than Chicago, if you can imagine that. These people say, yeah, working with Detroit was twice as more corrupt than Chicago. So there you go. I believe it. I believe it. So what's going on for the weekend? What do you guys have planned for the weekend? As I look up, I see we got 10 viewers, we got 3 likes. So hit that like button, subscribe, and hit the bell too if you like this morning show. I am DJ Wonder Chrissy. He is Donnie. We're the DJ and Donnie morning show, streaming from Chirac, the cesspool city of the Midwest, Chicago. That's it. And we got the sound masters here. We talk about the news. We talk about politics. Talk about cars. We talk about sports. Talk about all sorts of cool stuff. Anything you want to talk about, we talk about. Oh, Joey Mack says, this weekend I'll be worrying my butt off for my family in North Carolina. Yeah. I'm here. We were talking about that earlier in the show. Things are bad in North Carolina. They're starting to pass out body bags. There's starting to be an odor of decaying bodies, corpses, and it's slowly moving into a bad place. I don't know who the governor is there, but they just weren't prepared. They were not prepared for this, and things are really bad in the western edge of North Carolina, up in the mountains. I've seen some very, very unbelievable video coming out of North Carolina. Unbelievable. And our folks at FEMA said that they're running out of money. They got money for the illegals in Chicago, my friends. We've spent probably $2 to $3 billion. That's what a billion dollars putting up shelters for these damn illegals here, and they are tearing apart our city. Chicago is just heading nowhere good fast. And its majority of it is about the illegals who are taking all the social services, health care. It's starting to get bad. Starting to get bad. So low income housing doesn't even exist anymore. They've sucked up all the low income housing in the Chicago area that there is none. There is none. So things are at a crisis level in Chicago, and it's only going to get worse until somebody quits spending our money on the illegals. We need to start deporting these people. That's why we need to vote. If you're in one of those states, those bellwether states, the 5 or 6 states that are going to determine this election, you gotta vote. You gotta vote. Has Kamala been there for a campaign video? She was here for the DNC, but Illinois is 100% Democrat winner, so she's not going to show up here to campaign unless she's got time to blow. We haven't seen Trump, and we haven't seen Kamala. Trump was here to stay. He was heading to Wisconsin early this week, maybe. He stayed overnight at the Trump Towers, downtown Chicago, his hotel in Chicago. But that was it. He didn't do any appearances in Chicago or Illinois. They just stayed overnight. He was in Michigan the day before. Then they brought him into Chicago. He stayed overnight, and then they flew him to Wisconsin, Madison area. I was surprised he did a gig in Madison. Madison is a highly liberal area of Wisconsin, and he did a campaign stop there. So go figure. Go figure. Looks like Aaron Morey's going to North Carolina to take advantage of the hurricane damage. Well, she comes to Chicago when it makes sense, but no, she's really the only time I've seen her in Chicago was for the DNC. Maybe once or other twice, but not really for campaigning. She hasn't been campaigning in Chicago other than the DNC, my friend. You know, she has photo ops every once in a while. They take her to the south side of Chicago to some minority-run business and take a few pictures, and she smiles and tells us how she's black, and that's about it. So she ain't coming through Chicago in the next 30 days, I don't believe. And if she is, she ain't doing a campaign stop. I'm sure she's been there to visit. Yeah, Jesse, we're still waiting. His sentence is on appeal. He still has like 140 days to fulfill in his jail sentence. Speaking of P. Diddy and dropping the soap, right? Jesse Smollett, he's yeah. I couldn't I couldn't believe that story when that came out. You knew that was fictitious, saying that there's MAGA people attacking him in downtown Chicago at midnight. Give me a break. You're going to have a hard time finding a MAGA person during the day in normal weather. And it was like 20 below or something out. And he's going to a Subway to get he wanted that $5 foot long, but he wanted it somewhere else. If you know what I mean. We need Elon to run for president, says Chris. Yeah, hey, that would be great. Although I don't know if Elon's not a U.S. Born. He's not U.S. born. I'm not sure he's eligible. Just like Arnold Schwarzenegger. Arnold Schwarzenegger cannot run for president. He wasn't born in the United States. Tough luck. I can't believe you'll complain about sheriffs showing up in Chicago, but you won't complain about Trump never show. I'm not complaining about Harris. I'm just telling you she's not coming to Chicago. It doesn't do her any good because Illinois is voting Democrat 100%. Put that in your wallet and crank it. She just doesn't come to Chicago. It's not politically helpful for her. She's already won it. She's already won Illinois, my friend. Let's see. I am. What are you? I am. Why won't Trump show up? Because it's supply and demand. He's not going to move the needle enough to win the state. That's why. There's too many demo rats in the city of Chicago. The city of Chicago has controlled who wins elections in the state of Illinois. There's so many voters in the city of Chicago. They tilt the scale. It's just hard. It's hard. There's more people in Chicago, the city of Chicago, that vote than the rest of the whole state. So there you go. That's what the problem is. The Republican Party in Illinois has been decimated. It has. We are a one-party state like California and New York at this point. We need to wake up here in this state, and it hasn't happened yet. Hasn't happened. Yep. David Roger understands. Grades Marin says, I'm a California Democrat. Well, you got what you voted for, my friend. High taxes, homelessness, theft. Talk about companies leaving Illinois. I'm sure there's a lot of companies that have left California, right? Talk about San Francisco. San Francisco is a third world country at this point, my friend. You got that to look forward to, right? Take a visit to San Francisco. My God, San Francisco is nothing but drugs and needles, and that too. David Rogers says it would be a nice talk show without the extra noise. I kind of like the sound machine. You don't like my sound machines, David? I'm sorry. Get your own show, my friend. Get your own show. Whatever. Tony says Candace Owens exposing Harris big time. Yeah, I haven't watched Candace in a while. How is she doing? She's been pushing out those babies left and right. My God. She got 2 or 3 now. Core Studio says the sound machine is cool, man. There you go, David Rogers. You're at the wrong channel. Mortal Panic. Is that like some video game or something? I was looking for one where I could record sounds, but they don't really make those. I could probably put that stuff on my computer, but that's a pain in the butt. Core Studios, Kamala or Trump? Oh, we're Trump here, baby. Look at that. Is there a question? I'm gonna get something else here. Hey folks, it's Donnie. Welcome to the show. Like, share, and subscribe for my friend DJ Wonder Chrissy if you would. Please hit the like button if you would right now for me. This is DJ T, and hey, vote for me come November. Please hit the like button if you would and subscribe. Okay, thank you. There you go. Special appearance by DJ T. Special appearance by Donnie. I bet you that doesn't happen at every show. Only here on DJ Wonder Chrissy. Oh, Joe Max says it's nice to hear somebody with intelligence. The other channels are pure ignorant, but this looks like a good one. You can have a new subscriber if there's anything I can do for you. Hey, share this on social media. We can use all the subscribers we can get. It's a grind. It is a grind, and but we enjoy it here. We enjoy it. I got nothing else better to do than promote my friend DJT. And with that note, I'm think I'm going to end it for today. Enjoy your weekend. Make sure you watch the Butler, PA rally as my friend DJT finishes what he started, right? He finishes what he starts, and he wants to do that for the American people. He needs your vote. He needs you to help him. And God bless Donald Trump. God bless America, my friends. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Over and out. We'll end this show as we end every show with a hand slap and a see ya.